Hello, friends, and welcome to Jewels of Truth. My name is Daniel Fontenot. I would like to discuss with you today, and thank you, by the way, for joining us here at Jewels of Truth. Thank you for joining us and being interested in this subject. Today, I would like to discuss with you from a biblical perspective the question, and apparently this is being asked out in the world a lot. People are interested in this. Does artificial intelligence, as they call it AI, does artificial intelligence mean the end of humanity? Well, let's see. If you are a Christian, maybe you aren't a Christian joining us here. The Bible, you know that the Bible says that God made man in His image. And I will tell you right off that this so-called, it's artificial intelligence, this is an attempt to remake man in the image of Satan. Okay? Because I believe strongly that Satan is working through wicked people in this world, wicked men, to remake the image of God in man. So you have Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 through 28. And God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth." So God created man in His own image. In the image of God created He him. Male and female created He them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth, and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth." Human beings should cherish these words, that God made us in His image. And I believe that artificial intelligence is a graven image. Exodus 20, verses 4 through 6. "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments." Let there be no question, dear friends, that this artificial intelligence is a graven image. It is an image because the people who are making it, they are making it in their own image. Okay? They're making it in their own image. And the commandment says, "Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them." There is a verse there in the New Testament. I believe it's in Romans 6. Let me see if I can find it. I should have put this in this study. "Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, will they be obeying this artificial intelligence?" They are, and they will be. "Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, His servants ye are to whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness?" Yes, indeed, they are bowing down to this artificial intelligence. Psalm 73, verse 20 tells us, "As a dream, when thou awakest, so, O Lord, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image." Now you can apply this in more than one way. I'm applying it here in this way. God is going to destroy this artificial intelligence. He will ultimately destroy it. And of course, this image here, spoken of in Psalm 73, verse 20, is also speaking about the image to the beast. That's another subject altogether. All right. Then Psalm 115, verses 1 through 8. Not unto us, O Lord, not unto us, but unto thy name give glory, for thy mercy and for thy truth's sake. Wherefore should the heathen say, where is now their God? But our God is in the heavens. He hath done whatsoever he hath pleased. Their idols are silver and gold. Yeah. They get, through this artificial intelligence, they get this silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they speak not. These artificial intelligence, they don't speak on their own. This is just human machinery. They have mouths, but they speak not. They have eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet have they, but they walk not. Neither speak they through their throat. They that make them are like unto them. So is every one that trusteth in them. Emphasis on the word. They that make them are like unto them. They that make this artificial intelligence, in whatever form it may be, are like unto this artificial intelligence. They don't have ears, but they have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. They have no feeling. Mainly, they have eyes to see, and they see not, and they have ears, but they hear not. They cannot see God in His Word and in the works of creation of His creation, and they do not hear His voice in His Word. Isaiah 44, verse 9. They that make a graven image are all of them vanity, and their delectable things shall not profit, and they are their own witnesses. They see not nor know that they may be ashamed. Isaiah 45, 18 to 23. For thus saith the Lord that created the heavens, God Himself that formed the earth and made it, He hath established it. He created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. Remember that, dear friends. God created the earth to be inhabited, not for the population to be shrunk by the globalists in this world. He created it to be inhabited by beings who worship the God of heaven and His Son, Jesus Christ. I am the Lord, and there is none else. I have not spoken in secret in a dark place of the earth. I said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek ye me in vain. I, the Lord, speak righteousness. I declare things that are right. Assemble yourselves and come, draw near together. Ye that are escaped of the nations, they have no knowledge, that set up the wood of their graven image and pray unto a God that cannot save. They're praying unto a God that cannot save. This artificial intelligence. Tell ye, and bring them near. Yea, let them take counsel together. Who hath declared this from ancient time? Who hath told it from that time? Have not I the Lord, and there is no God else beside me? A just God and a Savior, there is none beside me. Look unto me, and be ye saved, all the ends of the earth. For I am God, and there is none else. I have sworn by myself, the word is gone out of my mouth in righteousness, and shall not return, that unto me every knee shall bow, and every tongue shall swear. Now, when it says in this verse, in these verses, take counsel together, assemble yourselves, I believe this may be speaking of, this is in agreement with other scriptures where the Lord is saying to the heathen, come on, gather yourselves against me. In other words, he's saying, make my day, and I will destroy you. Whenever these wicked people come against God's people to destroy them with their artificial intelligence, the Lord is saying, come on, make my day, and you'll be destroyed. Jeremiah 10:14 and 15. Every man is brutish in his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image. For his molten image is falsehood, and there is no breath in them. They are vanity and the work of errors. In the time of their visitation they shall perish. The time of their visitation is Christ's second coming. Romans 1:18 to 23. For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness, because that which may be known of God is manifest in them, for God hath showed it unto them. For the invisible things of him from the creation of the world are clearly seen, being understood by the things that are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse, because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened, professing themselves to be wise. Yes, we have all this artificial intelligence. They became fools, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like unto corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. The corruptible man is in this artificial intelligence. You know, I have heard it said that, you can ask artificial intelligence anything about the Bible, and it will answer you. And I would say that's a bunch of nonsense. That the artificial intelligence may be able to present facts as they are given to him by wicked and sinful human beings, but he does not have a spiritual mind. He does not have a spiritual mind that is in connection with the God of heaven. 2 Corinthians 3:18. But we all with open face beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord are changed into the same image from glory to glory, even as by the Spirit of the Lord. So you and I, can be recreated into God's image. Colossians 3:10, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. Again, we can be recreated from our sinful state into the image of God. Now, what is the definition of the word artificial? I took this from Noah Webster's 1828 English Dictionary. Several definitions: made or contrived by art or by human skill and labor, in opposition to natural, as artificial heat or light, an artificial magnet. Feigned, fictitious, not genuine or natural, as artificial tears. Contrived with skill or art. Cultivated, not indigenous, not being of spontaneous growth, as artificial grasses. Artificial arguments in rhetoric are arguments invented by the speaker in distinction from laws, authorities, and the like, which are called inartificial arguments of proofs. Artificial lines on a sector or scale are lines so contrived as to represent the logarithmic signs and tangents, which by the help of the line of numbers solve the tolerable exactness questions in trigonometry, navigation, etc. Artificial numbers, the same with logarithms. Okay. In closing this, there is, and there has been for ages, a great controversy between Christ and Satan. What is the root of that controversy? Let's read here from a book entitled The Spirit of Prophecy, Volume 1, pages 17 and 18. Satan in heaven before his rebellion was a high and exalted angel, next in honor to God's dear Son. His countenance, like those of the other angels, was mild and expressive of happiness. His forehead was high and broad, showing a powerful intellect. His form was perfect, his bearing noble and majestic. A special light beamed in his countenance and shone around about him brighter and more beautiful than around the other angels. Yet Jesus, God's dear Son, had the preeminence over all the angelic host. He was one with the Father before the angels were created. Satan was envious of Christ and gradually assumed command, which devolved on Christ alone. Just to give you the context of all of this, to get you oriented, she's writing this, she was shown this in vision. She was shown that this is before God created the earth, okay, and human beings. The great Creator assembled the heavenly host, that he might, in the presence of all the angels, confer special honor upon his Son. The Son was seated on the throne with the Father, and the heavenly throng of holy angels was gathered around them. The Father then made known that it was ordained by himself that Christ, his Son, should be equal with himself, so that wherever was the presence of his Son, it was as his own presence. The word of the Son was to be obeyed as readily as the word of the Father. His Son he had invested with authority to command the heavenly host. Especially was his Son to work in union with himself in the anticipated creation of the earth and every living thing that should exist on the earth. His Son would carry out his will and his purposes, but would do nothing of himself alone. The Father's will would be fulfilled in him. So notice here that the Son, Jesus Christ, was especially to work with the Father in their anticipated creation of the earth and every living thing, including man, that should exist upon the earth. Satan was envious of Christ and jealous of Jesus Christ. Yet when all the angels bowed to Jesus to acknowledge his supremacy and high authority and rightful rule, Satan bowed with them. But his heart was filled with envy and hatred. Christ had been taken into the special counsel of God in regard to his plans, while Satan was unacquainted with them. He did not understand, neither was he permitted to know the purposes of God. This is where Satan's rebellion began. He has been jealous of Christ since that time. And he did not like it when he was not included in the plans made by the Father and the Son to create man and all the earth. He wanted to be in on those plans. So what does he do now? Here at the end of the world, he is trying to make man in his image. But Christ was acknowledged sovereign of heaven, his power and authority to be the same as that of God himself. Satan thought that he was himself a favorite in heaven among the angels. He had been highly exalted, but this did not call forth from him gratitude and praise to his Creator. He aspired to the height of God himself. He gloried in his loftiness. He knew that he was honored by the angels. He had a special mission to execute. He had been near the great Creator, and the ceaseless beams of glorious light enshrouding the eternal God had shone especially upon him. Satan thought how angels had obeyed his command with pleasurable alacrity. Were not his garments light and beautiful? Why should Christ thus be honored before himself? Spirit of Prophecy, Volume 1, pages 17 and 18. So there you have it right there. This is the beginning of the great controversy. This is why Satan is doing what he is doing here on this earth through his agents today. This is why he is doing it. This is the beginning of the great controversy. It started in heaven, and it's about to end here on earth. Further on, in Review and Herald, March 6, 1894, I'm just going to read here just the bold. The whole energies of evil, as in the days of Noah, have gathered themselves together to make a final effort to obliterate the image of God from the souls of men. Now, if you read this entire paragraph, you'll see that, Sister White here is speaking about, alcohol, and you taking, maybe a glass of beer or wine or whatever, some kind of liquor, and you put it to your neighbor's lips. Okay, you're destroying the image of God in that man. But Satan has gone far beyond that now through drugs, and now he is trying to mix human ingenuity with human beings. Okay, it's not going to work. The image of God will never be fully destroyed. God is going to destroy Satan and all who work with Satan to destroy man. God is going to save man. Okay? And then you have Review and Herald, June 18th, 1895. This is a beautiful statement. This is a beautiful statement. The life of Christ is to be revealed in humanity. Man was the crowning act of the creation of God, made in the image of God and designed to be a counterpart of God. Satan wants to destroy that counterpart, that being that was designed to be a counterpart of God. Satan has been working to destroy that for 6,000 years plus. But Satan has labored to obliterate the image of God in man and to imprint upon him his own image. Now notice, this is why I say this is a very beautiful passage. Man is very dear to God because he was formed in his own image. That statement, just that short sentence, is enough to dwell upon and meditate upon for the rest of your life and my life. Man is very dear to God because he was formed in his own image, in God's image. This fact should impress us with the importance of teaching by precept and example the sin of defiling by the indulgence of appetite or by any other sinful practice the body which is designed to represent God to the world. The medical missionary can do a great amount of good by educating the people how to live. Review and Herald, June 18th, 1895. So you may not have expected that this question, does artificial intelligence mean the end of humanity? You may not have expected for that question to be answered in this manner. But I hope this has been a blessing to you. I hope you will think about all of this. And I hope that it will have an effect upon all of the lives of those who are listening to this presentation today. If you have appreciated this presentation, then by all means tap that like button so that it can be sent, this presentation can be sent far and wide to those who are hungering for the bread of life. And if you have any comments or questions, by all means, place them at the bottom of this video. And if you haven't subscribed, then by all means, do subscribe. We thank you for joining us. Have a good day in the Lord.